The new sequel's packed full of surprises. Whether it's legal drama or the Thunderbolts, this show's got it all, which makes us even more excited to see it. Daredevil Born Again's bringing back an X-Men character who's got ties with Wolverine. In this video, we'll discuss the mystery X-Men character expected in the sequel and how Daredevil's secret psychic powers give him an upper hand against the X-Men. First off, the X-Men character with Wolverine ties. From what we've heard, Sandrine Holt will play an extra who helps Wolverine on Daredevil Born Again. Holt was cast along with Margareta Levieva, who both are possible love interests for Matt Murdock and Wilson Fisk. Murphy's Multiverse gave a more detailed explanation for why Holt will play Jason Hohen or Tiger. She's the heir to a bank fortune and became the most powerful mob boss in the South Asian island of Madripoor, which is known for being a haven for all kinds of criminals. Not only that, but she mostly helped Wolverine while he was hiding out on Madripoor, but Murphy's Multiverse suggests that she'll help Fisk, aka Kingpin, in his new plan to become mayor of New York City. Up next, where did we last see Madripoor? In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier was the last time we went to Madripoor. Sam Wilson, Bucky Barnes, and Helmut Zemo went undercover on the island to find the Power Broker. He was a crime boss who'd made a copy of the Super Soldier Serum and was giving it to the Flag Smashers. At the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it was revealed that the Power Broker was former S.H.I.E.L.D. agent Sharon Carter. She promised to use her connections in the government to get what she wanted in Madripoor. In Southeast Asia, Madripoor's a haven for criminals where, for the most part, anything goes. The place has a lot of crime, both organized and not, and was shown to be very interested in cryptocurrency. In the modern world, cryptocurrency is where the money is laundered. In the MCU, it wouldn't be hard to believe that Madripoor's where the money's laundered. If Kingpin were looking for this kind of scam, one character who plays a significant role in the island nation in the comics immediately comes to mind, followed by the connection to the comics. Wilson Fisk could go to Jason Hohen if he needed to get a lot of money quickly. Hohen was a financial genius who used to work at her father's big international bank. She ended up in Madripoor, where she quickly climbed the ranks and became the island's boss, or Queenpin of Madripoor. Hohen's also friends with Wolverine, or Patch as he's known on the island. She owns the Princess Bar, which Wolverine loves to visit. Tiger's the kind of partner Fisk would look for because she's intelligent and ruthless. Even though Tiger and Kingpin have never met in the comics, the MCU isn't exactly known for sticking to the page of the comics these days. Madripoor exists. It's the kind of place a guy like Fisk would know about, and depending on how they want to film it, Fisk might not even have to go to the Princess Bar. Tiger could visit her in New York City. Still, going back to Madripoor and checking out Princess Bar would be cool and quickly done while filming in New York City. Moving on to the cast and the plot. No information about the storyline of the new show's been made public yet, but we've made some guesses about how the story might go. In the comics, the story starts with Karen Page, addicted to drugs, giving the Kingpin Daredevil secret identity in exchange for her next fix. Kingpin then plans to ruin Daredevil's life based on what Page told him. Because of this, Murdock's now homeless, broke, and without any hope. In the story, the hero's trying to find his way back to justice and get his life back on track. Even though this story seems like a good way for the new series to go, it's still just an assumption. Marvel hasn't said much about where the series is going, so only time will show us the much anticipated details. Charlie Cox will be back as Daredevil's Matt Murdock, a lawyer who's blind but has heightened senses and uses his improved fighting skills to fight crime and for justice. This will help us get used to the new series. There are rumors that Vincent D'Onofrio will play crime boss Wilson Fisk, also known as Kingpin again. So far, only Cox and D'Onofrio have been confirmed in the show, but some hope supporting characters will come back. Now let's look at how Daredevil's secret psychic powers give him an upper hand against the X-Men. Daredevil's years of training with Stick made him ready for the worst. He even learned to fight or defend himself against other heroes like the X-Men if he ever had to. He's fought a few of them before, and he's always given them a fair fight, making them work hard the whole time. There are a lot of psychics among the X-Men, but he has a secret power that is perfect for fighting them off. Matt's training was more than just physical. He also trained his mind to control his senses and even developed a psychic ability that helped Daredevil in a fight against the X-Men. Even though these abilities are minor, they were made to protect Matt's mind from psychics who could get in. They've already been beneficial. Even though it doesn't happen often anymore, Daredevil has a way of killing a lot of mutants, if they ever turn on the Avengers or if the Avengers turn on mutants. Not to mention, his trainer taught him to be ready for anything. When he first started training with Stick, the Master told him to be ready for anything because they were getting ready for a war. No one should be able to beat Daredevil with a trick, so he was forced to develop small hidden skills. In Daredevil lore, the Chaste, an enclave created by Stick as a kind of mystic martial arts group, was the most famous place where psychic abilities were used. Daredevil number 18 was the first time he met them. When Stick and the Chaste found him, he was overwhelmed by his senses, so they started to teach him how to talk with his mind. That was the first step he took toward getting psychic powers, and he soon learned how to defend himself against psychic attacks. Let's learn more about his battle with Psylocke. In Avengers vs. X-Men vs. number 4, Daredevil's fight with the mutant Psylocke was one of the most important fights of his career. The psychic went up against Daredevil and was no match for him, so she tried to attack him mentally. What she saw was too much for her to handle, but Matt's mind was trained to take in information from many different sources and control what he lets in or out. He let her into his mind and didn't change anything about it, so Psylocke was hit by many sounds, smells, and other things. She was helpless and could only beat Daredevil by using a cheap trick to play on his feelings. He can use his psychic abilities for more than that though. Sometimes he can get into other people's minds and feel what they feel. This part of his skills only been used once or twice, but both times it was helpful. Coming up, why this is his greatest strength. Daredevil's training sharpened his senses, body, and mind to make him the perfect weapon against the Hand, which Stick needed in their never-ending war. Matt's fight with Psylocke showed that if he had to fight more psychics in the X-Men, he could hurt them or quickly stop all of their attacks. Many psychics are on the X-Men teams, which is bad news for them. Daredevil's biggest strengths that he has powers that few people know about, like his ability to heal subtly. His psychic abilities so secret that not many people know about it. Matt already has the upper hand because of this element of surprise, but his abilities have also become his secret weapon. Daredevil's body and mind are both trained weapons. If he ever had to fight the X-Men, he'd know exactly how to win. Next, this show could also set up the next MCU Thunderbolts leader. Compared to the Marvel Comics Earth 616 timeline, it took a while for the MCU to bring in the Thunderbolts, but it made sense for the franchise to explore a team of supervillains after Avengers Endgame, when the Avengers have taken a back seat for a while. With Harrison Ford cast as Thunderbolt Ross in Captain America, New World Order, and Val putting together a team, it's clear that the MCU's set up the Thunderbolts' rival. With Vincent D'Onofrio's Fisk now a part of the Marvel Studios MCU, it's safe to say that the Kingpin will play a big part in Phase 5 and beyond. When he became mayor, Wilson Fisk became an even more dangerous enemy for Spider-Man and Daredevil. The MCU can use this storyline with Born Again or future Kingpin appearances. Finally, the secrecy around the project and the show's connection to the MCU. A very high level of secrecy for upcoming projects must be kept around Marvel stars. Charlie Cox recently shared that he hasn't read any scripts for the show yet, even though filming will start soon. Daredevil's first appearance in the MCU was in Spider-Man No Way Home. He then appeared in She-Hulk Attorney at Law, which aired on Disney+. From there, the show will add to his story and show that he can stand alone as a hero. It's likely that Daredevil Born Again will have a few connections to the rest of the MCU. Many people expect the 18-episode series to make him a future key player in the MCU. Aside from these more apparent links, the fact that the sequel takes place in New York could also lead to unexpected links, since many of the MCU's heroes already live there. For now, unclear how the story of Daredevil Born Again will move Cox's character through Phase 5 and further. And on that note, that's a wrap for this video. What do you think of all the new characters being introduced on the show? Do you think Daredevil's secret psychic power gives him the upper hand over the X-Men? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.